lórí ilé. Àwọn èèyàn ló máa rìn ilẹ̀ má tẹ̀lé mọ́lẹ̀ owó. Má tẹ̀jú ilẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ kó má bàjẹ́ ọ̀bálẹ̀. Ìwọ ló máa fi ìkólẹ̀. Fọwọ́ fún ìjà mẹ́ta gbòòsà.
Vicinity FM 95.3.
See the love Lagos, I am really like that. From my head to my toes, I've given to you my baby. No use me Joe, baby Joe, no use me Joe. Give me this sauce, no tomato. If I sing for you my baby Joe, show my Joe, baby Joe, show my booty, a chica, oruko house. Any get them they go, you want to let them booty, a chica, oruko house. Say you know the thing when you got in a double head. Oh, a chica, oruko house. Any get them they go, you want to let them Orimi, a chica, oruko house. Say you know the thing when you got in a double head. Get the way you just touch my body, they make me want to for me. Go to family, at least you go give me to speed. Happy to spend you my last cash, share me your number, so I no go cast down. You there forever, ready to send that, spray you my heart. Say, oh my God, got me wanting, I know fit to explain that they do me for my body.
This is Vicinity 95.3 FM, Kejimbe, Joshua.
Go mind if die on body. You Ejika, Oruku Hesse. Many get them, they got you what they get. Ejika, Oruku Hesse. Say you know it's where you got that dog Hesse. Ejika, Oruku Hesse. Many get them, they got you what they get. Ejika, Oruku Hesse. Say you know the thing when you got me a double S. A double S.
Vicinity FM 95.3. Vicinity FM 95.3.
Afternoon, it's Vicinity 95.3 FM today on Women's Talk. I am your host, Olua Funke Israel. It's Friday. How is your Friday going? Remember, today is the last Friday in the month of May. May is almost over. By the end of the weekend, we would launch, May will launch us into the new month of June. And there's this thing they used to say about If something did not work in March, April, May, and if it doesn't, wait for June. So whatever it is you're seeking, if it didn't happen in April, maybe it would happen in May. Maybe it happened in May. If it did not, wait for June. And so let's keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best in the month of June. Remember, this month brings us to this month gets to divide the year into halves. So we spent a better part of it, 5 months in the year 2025. We have June. June will launch us into the 6th month. Then from June, we start to count the second half of the year, which would be the 3rd quarter. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We say life is the most precious gift. While we still have life, there is hope. And while we're here, let's just make good use of our time, spend it well with people you love, and be better at what you do, the things that bring you joy, your passion, fuel it, and just keep pushing yourself until you get to that point when you don't have to introduce yourself anymore. So, there's this saying that, I really want to, be in a place in my life where I don't have to introduce myself anymore. Well, I hope you get to that stage, but it's going to take you a lot of hard work. When you enter a room and people say, oh, is that not this lady? Or we know her, because something has made you popular. People have come to love what you do, and now everyone is jumping on it, or people just know who you are and what you do. It means that you have really grounded yourself in that place or in that position where you don't have to introduce yourself anymore. Yeah, I pray we get to that level, especially for us women, when they say we shouldn't push ourselves too much. Tell you, keep pushing yourself, but don't push yourself to the brink where you might you might face a hard fall. Push yourself the way you can and according to your own strength, and know that today will get better than yesterday, and tomorrow will be better than today. That's how to push yourself. You keep seeing growth in your day-to-day life, activity, and whatever roles you play. So today we're going to talk about gender roles. Especially in Africa, where we're very big on culture, tradition. We always like to put the men there and the women down there. We say, it's a man. Yeah, it's men's world. Yeah, it's men's world. But the world is evolving. So what are gender roles? There are some things when you just talk about, say, now women they drum, now women they drum, pass. When you tell a man to do, no, now women, give on. So let's quickly spell it. So I won't want to say these things are, it's when it comes to women, give it to them. Yeah, some women are better at, playing some roles, but I'll tell you that as God created us, there's nothing, both gender cannot do. It's just some are better at playing that role than the other gender. It just means because of how we were formed and how we were built. We tend towards some roles. We perform them better than the other gender. So today let's bring out specifics on female gender roles. When you hear woman, what's the first thing that comes to mind? We are nurturers. Yeah, we love to nurture, we love to care. Men care, but when it comes to women, they tell you, hey, mama, this thing, calm down, don't worry. The man will just be there doing, the woman will be everywhere, jumping here and there, say, it's my child. Hey, calm down now. Mama, this, hey, calm down. Don't give yourself And we love to do this a lot. Why? Because we have this spirit, we have this empathy in us. And then we love to care, we love to nurture, and we have this softness, and men really too do care, but not like the way women do. Now let's get into it, shall we? You can join the conversation this afternoon. Join us on Facebook, and on Facebook at Vincent 95.3 FM.
God, did you still make you?
still Women's Talk this afternoon on Visit 95.3 FM. So there's a study that shows that we cannot say, women are better, they're better at playing this role than men. Say that's not, no, we can't say that everyone have been created or formed in a way where if they find themselves in a society, they will perform. Now, imagine you have parents at home, woman and a man, they are bound to raise their children. In a position where a woman, maybe the husband, sadly, maybe the woman is no more in the picture anymore. Either she moved away, she's separated from the husband, or maybe a situation of death or something. The man will not go and throw the children in the dustbin now. No, he would still have to, raise these children and fill the vacuum if the woman is not there, though he will need more assistance. Not like, of course, a woman, if a woman does not even tell you, okay, I'm not living with my husband, or my husband is late, or I'm a widow, it might be hard for you to find out. But for men, because every time you see only the man with the children, you're like, this man no get wife, because they believe men are not always around children like women, so they will start to ask questions. But let me say something, that if a circumstance like that come to play, you see the men will take the active role of the wife and the husband, though it might take time for them to adjust to that situation. With the help of families, friends, they will, and then sometimes they even do better jobs. So it is said, according to this study, that sometimes it's only one who believe, there's another person who is here better at playing this role. That's why we think we cannot do better at it. So there is no particular role for men or women. It's just that when we have always just created this picture that, okay, these people are more, this gender is more, is better at playing this role than this gender. But if you remove that gender from the picture and leave only this person that is there, the person will still do the same. A father will still be a father, feed his children, cook. There are men who cook, they serve the children and cook with the children. If the children are not even up to the age of assisting, they will cook, feed, take their children to school. And you start to wonder, because even when family will come to help you, support you, where if your wife is no longer in the picture, there will be a point they have their own life to live now. They will leave you to it, especially when the children are all grown. It's just, the only thing we can say is when a man is in this position, it takes them time to adjust than a woman. And yeah, a woman will still, feel the pain, go through the pain of losing, the partner, but she will also be strong for her children. But for men, he's going through the pain. He needs a lot of assistance, support, adjusting to that position. But at the end of it all, he is also going to do great at it, except if he's not just somebody who is not interested. But when you look at those children, I know that these are my offspring and I have to look out for them. Trust me, you will do it. But somehow, studies have suggested that women may excel in roles requiring empathy. So this is where it comes, when we talk about nurturing children, nurturing people, you always feel this empathy. Wherever you find yourself, you put everyone in your shoes, and they learn to communicate and collaborate. Of course, you find men in a room and they might not even say hi, but women, when gist today? I'll be looking. What are you looking at? Auntie, I beg, did you even know that something? That's where they'll just start a conversation, and before you know, the whole place is rowdy. And social work, yeah, women may excel at this thing, but it doesn't take the fact away that men too, if they find themselves in this position, the women are nowhere to be found. They have to stand up to their responsibility. So gender roles, both genders can play every role, that every role out there, but some are just better at it. So that's the point here. Studies have shown, gender, the female gender are better, delivering at some roles than the male gender. So there is really no, this particular role is for the female, okay? But sometimes, now we even see, okay, let's go to the workspace. The workspace, when you go to organizations, usually you see that they want to use women as the first first contact when you get into the main office. Of course, from the main entrance, you might meet men who are security. Now, this is where I'm going. You see, usually they are female security, but most times organizations want to put the male there because they understand that you go fear now when you see man, and men are better positioned in this in this role. Or you still have, you know, women who are in this this role, who also, you know, take jobs in this particular system. And we have the women police, we have the men, we have women who are navy, we have men who are navy. But the first contact when you enter into an office, receptionist, most times now always women, they do receptionist. Why? Because women are an object of appeal, and sometimes we usually abuse these women are object of appeal, because when you say pretty lady, tall, slim, you know, they put anybody for front row. If you get strong face like me, you know, if you do receptionist, they're not going to even take you, because one way to even get that job is by your looks, everything. You know, one, I'm a shorty, because if he puts me there, if the deck tall pass me, when somebody enters, I will not see, the person will not see me, they will not go to Oga's office, and Oga will sack me last. Two, I don't, well, I know smile comes, okay, let's just leave that part. I'm just saying there's some kind of, you know, your physical appearance tells a lot when some of these jobs. So somehow you get these jobs. You know, women are offered these jobs because they believe, now woman, no, we want something that can appeal to visitors and all that. But somehow people still get, you know, male receptionists. But it's rare, very, very, very rare. If you even have, there might even be another lady sitting close. So these are positions or roles where we see, you know, they want to put women there more often because they believe your look can be much more appealing, your voice, and all of that. And how you, of course, it's hospitality. Being a receptionist or you're at the front desk, you are playing the role of, you know, a caregiver. Of course, a caregiver in the way that you're communicating with the visitors and telling them where to go. You can't shout on them, you can't talk to them anyhow. You have to be very cordial, nice, and because it's this kind of job I call hospitality. So you show kindness when you interact. So they tell you, women that they put for there, forget it. There are even some vacancy, you see that they tell you they only need females between this age. So men, I beg, don't even apply, don't try. No vacancy, come tomorrow. After today, if it's that same role, don't worry, they won't mention men, so don't bother applying. You just don't. Sometimes they say, okay, work with faith, try maybe an opportunity. Don't bother, they don't go take you, okay? Forget it. Just like when you go to heavy lifting companies, the companies that they deal with goods, heavy goods, they won't take women now, men, because they know, say, women, how many load you feel this? Like us, like this. So they tell you, no, these jobs, these roles are better fitted for men. Women don't come close. So these are the rules. But sometimes we have gone to, you know, make it, there's prejudice where when we talk about this prejudice, when we talk about these rules, we just sometimes we get to abuse it. Say, now women are men. Men, if you ask men to do this, no. It's still women. Stock on Vicinity 95.3 FM. So I'll just say, don't let them, you know, limit our roles to just we're caregivers. There are also some roles we can take up there, you know, in tech, in business, in any industry at all, any sector, engineering, you know, mining and others. They are all available to us as women. So let's not reduce ourselves saying, oh, these are the roles they say women are better at. You know, challenge yourself and take up other roles. And you'll be surprised that you may do so great at these roles than the one we're already used to. You know, explore. It's important.
Beautiful woman, so fine, she causing confusion. Keep your
I go this afternoon, I just say, don't let people, beat down roles for you and say, no, don't do this. So, this is what you should do. No, I've seen friends, siblings, take up, some careers that are not the main one, the popular one for women, and they're doing great at it. Another thing we don't know is some of these jobs where we mostly find men. Now, they're gun, oil money. There's something they call is it oil money, whatever. That's where the real money is. So I'm not saying force yourself to take on roles that you are not better suited for or prepared already. Just make sure you have the passion, the interest. When these two things are there, you will thrive. So don't let us be limited by this is the only thing women can do, Joe, let me do it. Trust me, women are taking up spaces in places where last 20, 30 years they tell you, no, don't go there, you're a woman. No. Now they even want more women in this space, because you can't go to a place where you see only men, 52 men in one place. It's not going to be fun. Like, you need women to stir up things there. And then, just make the environment a complete environment where you get to see other gender interact. And if we don't take up these spaces, how are we going to, come about this change if we don't try? So that's why we say, women, continue to challenge yourself. The world is your oyster. Keep pushing. Maybe tomorrow now, I might decide to go and study engineering. I don't forget what degree is that one. And I leave me now. Shebi is my. Now me won't go to eventually I just decide that okay, I want to try something away from broadcasting. Maybe in the nearest 10 years I want to venture into another sector. Sometimes we just want to see if we can try something new, and you will be surprised that you will be great at it. Sometimes we like to limit ourselves, one, because we're thinking about family. A man, if a man wants to take up a new job, he would, of course the man will think about his family, but not like, it's not going to be the way a woman will do, because a woman will think, my husband will not move with me, how am I going to do with my children? So you put a lot of things into consideration. But if you have somebody family who support you, come on, take up the space, they're there for you. They say the sky is big enough for all of us to fly, man, woman, everyone. I'm Oluwa Funke. Thank you for joining us on Women's Talk this afternoon. Do well to know this, you can always join us every Friday from 2:30 to the hour of 3 on Women's Talk. Yes, let's talk about things that concerns us. The executive producer is Yadi Shivaslami. Until we meet again on Friday. Love you. Yeah, I love you.
She a queen, she a vision, pretty woman.